There are over 8 million retail stock investors in the world, and every day they all wake up with the same question: what stock should I buy today? Well, I'm building a business to answer just that question, and that's what Best of Us Investors is all about. And what I realize today is that Microsoft has made it possible for me to make Best of Us Investors a billion-dollar company. That's right. They announced that they have a product which they are going to call Copilot, and I'm going to use it to build me a billion-dollar business. And I want to share with you how I'm going to do that so that you can do the same thing and you can take advantage of what Copilot's going to give me the opportunity to do over the next couple months to make you a better investor. This is the Bus 13 portfolio. It's a composite of the history of 21 stocks and the current activity of those 21 stocks so that you can look at them and understand why you should be buying them. It's all about the fact that the artificial intelligence and machine learning is going to overtax the capability of our current internet system. It's going to ask for the internet, the data farms, to process that data at a speed that they can't. And it's going to create a problem and slow down the internet. And the internet doesn't want to let that happen. So there is money being spent right now to rebuild not only the data farms, but also the delivery systems, because you got to recognize when you ask for some data on the internet, whether it be the price of a new dress or a new shirt or a new car or whatever, that's sending a signal across the nation, and in some cases across the world under the ocean, basically checking to then sending back and to making sure that you're asking or offering a legitimate purchase, and that has to come back and forth. And if we're increasing the magnitude of that data, it has to happen faster, because what we've learned, or what the retailers have learned, is if you have any latency for every 1/5 of a millisecond that you are delayed, it increases your odds by 5% of leaving that website. They don't want that to happen. So that all has to be rebuilt. And as a result of that rebuild, there are a group of stocks, I've identified 21 of them, that are exploding. To help me identify the stocks that should be in the Bus 13, I have employed the efforts of analysts, and I get up to 25 emails every morning giving me those analysts' opinion of what the stock did that last 24 hours to give me a reality of where the stock might be going in the future. So what I need and what Microsoft is going to give me is a Copilot that will read every one of those 20 emails, compare it to the chart that I have created that I just showed you and how it is moving on a day-to-day basis, and give me an analysis of those 23 plus any other information that it can find. The Copilot is going to do this. It will then write a summary of that information that I can then edit, and then I can share with you and the other 8 million people in the retail market, if they choose to join my tribe. Now, in addition to that, the Copilot every week is going to take the composite of all that information and everything that you have responded back to me relative to that through an email, and put it into a PowerPoint presentation. That's right, a PowerPoint presentation. Then I will take that PowerPoint presentation and integrate it with my avatar, who will then create a video to present that PowerPoint presentation to give you a summary of what happened last week to the Bus 13. Now, if I chose not to use Microsoft's Copilot, I estimate that to employ the stock analysts, to employ a marketing assistant, and to put all this into the emails that are going to have to do, I'm going to spend over $200,000. But wait, I have a choice, and that choice right now appears to be Microsoft's Copilot, and they're going to charge me $35 a month for it. Now, how is this going to turn into a billion-dollar business? Well, if I can get 3% of the 8 million retail investors to say, hey, that sounds like something I want to be a part of, and yeah, I'm willing to pay $20 a month for it, I've got a $50 million business on my hands. That's right. Why am I sharing this with you? Because you can do the same thing. Yeah, you can do the same thing. You have something that you know that you could share with me that I would be willing to pay you $20 a month for. All you got to figure out is, what is your TAM? What is your total addressable market? In my case, I have determined it's 8 million retail investors. So you determine your TAM, and can you get 3% of it, 5% of it, 10% of it, and get them to pay you $20 a month. You multiply the numbers out and you see what your business has a potential to grow. Then what you do is you get an annual potential revenue. You multiply that times 10 and you've got the value of your business, okay? So if you have a business that is generating $100 million a year, you multiply that times 10, that's $1 billion a year. You've got $1 billion business, you've got a unicorn, and you've changed your life. Now, again, that's why I'm sharing this with you, so that you can lay down in bed tonight and say, what do I know that has a TAM of large enough that I can provide them with some information, some value that they're willing to pay $20 a month, $40 a month, $60? You determine it. I want you to get your calculator out and play the game. Now, what I also know, and I'm very confident of, is that Microsoft's not going to be the only player in this game. I'm quite sure Google is going to have an entry into this game, as will Amazon and probably Apple. As they make the new entries and compete with each other for our participation, the value of our business just keeps going up, because they're going to do more and more work. They're going to present you and I with more and more opportunities as to how we can use the data that has been collected over the last 40 years, over the last 2,000 years, that we can then share, because we've learned how, through our gift from God, to basically dispense it to the TAM that we have, and thus we can build our business. It's a subscription business. All it is figure out what the value that you're going to deliver to your total addressable market is. Figure out what percentage of them are going to buy in, and you know how you're going to get where you want to go. I just gave you the key to your future. The ball's in the court. Take your shot.